Hi, it's me again. Okay, my liner. Take this as one big embrace, like one big hug, like that. You know how something blossoms amongst an environment that wouldn't allow, like otherwise allow blossoming? This is more the tip I'm on. So it's about the rules of giving head because sometimes you like some things you get this in life a lot. Some things like don't talk about them, blah blah blah. But when people are impacted by things, it impacts you, which is the rules of giving head. I'm not gonna only speak about problems. If I talk about something, I'm probably suggesting a better alternative. Okay, so fine. So many have given, let's say, people head, for example, and they went through many complicated situations like the person they gave head to. It would make sense. And okay, but this is part of the solution. I think in life you've seen people with either they put on something dark that takes hours to come off on the lips, or they, I don't know if they burn their lips or what, but then they end up with black lips, like lifetime black lips because of such things. And since we'll be in a myriad of games, playing dirty, you have people who come through. I mean, first of all, why, if let's say you don't like someone, why would you be in the context of the same friendship circle as them? Why would you want to collect someone you don't like? So do you understand, when someone is giving head, it's usually the reasons are around pleasure. It's a pleasurous environment or a connection or a moment heated and something. Why would you be around someone you... Okay, yeah, during the games, you get that some people are like, okay, this person is challenging me. Okay, fine. Me and her, or me and him, whatever the case is, we now the same type of thing. So yeah, I guess they can be bad ulterior motives. Right, but anyway, but you see people with dark lips, and yeah, some have understood such a principle of thinking, okay, because other believe that if you can get someone head, then ultimately you, especially in a bad context, like the spirit of, it's like a snaky kind of person would come through and be like spiritual, who understands spiritual things, but they manipulating and they twisting them. They be like, they go to that person and they be like, since this person has you, they have, do you know what, they have the potential of defeating type of thing. They have conquered you type of thing. And then in the midst you get, that's why sometimes, have you seen people with bodies like this big, but then their bodies, maybe they had flu and then their bodies are like, their faces are like this. It's those different punishments. Others, they're hearing uncomfortable sounds. Others, what are this hemisphere of their body is just going through the most. Not from like the most, okay, excuse my styling gel, okay. But like they're going through the most, not in a sense of I'll collect with this person and then maybe they have bad dreams, I'm having bad dreams. That is part and parcel, unfortunately. It's not intended, it's not with bad intention, it's part of the package. But then that's why others are like, who are wise and understand these things, they have dark lips. But not like with my thinking, why would I want to affiliate or go to those extremes of wanting to call someone a hate? I believe energy is something very, like a person's personality, especially in someone's body without a permission, they can literally go inside of you and cause you to have all sorts of ailments. I wouldn't want to do that. It's not smart. Even if they're not aware of it, just this person knowing what I don't like you, and then they go inside of you, they can do damage. It's not advisable. I wouldn't do such a thing. So this is just to say, people be careful, because in life sometimes people encounter things, they make their own personal decisions, and then they almost wanna be like, we all kind of the same, and we're not taking the same decisions and things like that. We're not the same. So this thing in life, some things you might keep to yourself, because if you inform someone else and they know better, they know how to act better, then in the end we don't have someone going through the most and just seeking to inflict it and be like, we are the same. But they, when they making their own choices, did we dare tell them? Did they come to us and say, I want approval, I'm thinking of doing such a thing, can you please help me decide? Be that source of counsel and guide, or shouldn't I do this? But once they've done it, they can somehow even position you, even go into your inner circle and position you with various people. So now, like, I speak on my behalf. I'm that person who's just immune to something. And speaking about being immune, guys, like, there's this thing in life, like, I'm meeting a whole lot of things in life I never expected, but like this thing in life where there's just this, I think if I encounter something in a circle of people who believe others encounter the same thing, type of thing, I don't understand. I don't get it. Hence the words, I don't get it. If someone were to position me, whether aware, unaware, study my circle, aware, unaware, that I'm going to be with someone and I'm going to redeem them. Guys, there's the concept of a lock, right? It's like a safe type of thing, and it has a specific pin. It doesn't matter who blood flows you play with. Some things are just life principles. You can't, it's like, for example, there's certain codings to people who put money into bank that only they know, that I don't know because I don't work there. Do you understand? It's the same thing. Like, can we lose delusions of finding people to redeem, especially if they're not aware? I mean, anyone who shouldn't be aware and you want to redeem themselves, as if, let's say I have like children and I'm redeeming myself and they're still young. I'm the one who's doing that. I don't need to explain myself, especially if they're underage. I don't need, but as a parent, as an adult also, I don't have the right, because why? This person is a young adult. If I'm going to use them for something like that, they have to be aware. They have to know. And I cannot be doing reckless choices and expecting the child to rectify it purposefully without even talking and negotiating with that child before or prior. Guys, it doesn't work. Get delusion too. But you know what's funny is that people, they make their own efforts, meaning someone can just make believe in their head, or okay, you're doing such a thing. They take all the efforts at the end of the day of whatever they're trying to prevent. It's really not about anyone. If coming to think about it, it's really not about anyone. It's just someone. That's why I was thinking, and I was like, but maybe this person is just finding you as a source of hope, as a source of establishing their faith or something, of rebooting something in them. But they are going about it in such a way that they don't want to be obvious that I want to use something beyond me in belief to attain such a thing. But I'll camouflage it behind you because now I don't want to seem like I'm being righteous or anything about it. So people make decisions, like, to those it may concern. Obviously, some people I know personally that are young, that are youth, are gonna listen to this, especially those I relate to. Guys, your decisions are your decisions. My own are my own. There is no way that I can be impacted by your decision, especially if we're not in the same covenant. And now, don't assume someone is in the covenant where you are in a covenant. Ask, sit down. That's if they even feel comfortable to tell you. Why would I always want to be telling people, here is where my power lies? There is where my power lies. That's where you would find me archived in this person. This is the last being I was last with. Like, the things that are happening, God, I am mind boggled. I am processing. God, I'm just in a phase of life where it's like the continuum of being a victim of circumstance. People are just doing things, and I'm like, really? And usually just the last thing about their choices, their affiliation, anything, but you're always just somewhere in between somewhere. And it's like, really? And now they go into delusional mode even more. We are all aligned to something. And it's like, really? Hey, but let's learn to be responsible for our own selves. Like, let's just learn to be. It's not on, because at the end, even if other people didn't know, you teach people how to treat you, and then you create bigger problems for It was a micro issue, now it becomes a macro issue for family dynamics and everything.